A very good morning to you all, children, as I welcome you all in this session of science. And we are studying the chapter Lifestyle of Animals, in which we saw about classification of animals on the basis of backbone. They were classified into two groups, vertebrates and vertebrates. Vertebrates were those which have backbone, and invertebrates were those which do not have a backbone. Then we saw zoologists have classified vertebrates into the following five main groups: mammals, amphibians, birds, reptiles, and aquatic animals. Then we moved on to study about mammals, and we found that animals that give birth to their young ones and feed them with milk are called mammals. Now, this is the proper definition of mammals. It's given here, right? It's given here. So, please learn this definition because it's of great use to you, just like the diagram of tooth which was there in fourth, which we had studied. That is still of a lot of use. Okay, now we also studied about the body structure of mammals. They had four limbs and hind limbs. Then we also studied that mammals have more complex brain than other mammals, and we went on to study the life cycle of mammals. They give birth to the young ones instead of laying eggs. We also studied about migration in mammals, that they migrate from one place to the other, maybe in alone or maybe in herds. Then we studied about classification of mammals. That and mammals are classified into four subgroups: carnivorous are meat eaters, herbivorous are plant eaters, rodents they gnaw their food, which is basically seed or fruits, and then we saw omnivorous, which are both plant as well as meat eaters. Now, today we will be studying about amphibians, right? Children, we will be studying about amphibians. Now, see, amphibians have been very aptly defined here. Right? It says that animals that can live both in water and on land are called amphibians. मतलब वो एनिमल जो पानी में भी पाए जाते हैं और लैंड पे भी पाए जाते हैं, हम उनको एनिमल्स कहते हैं. Right? Okay. Now, some animals such as frogs, toads, salamanders, crocodiles, tortoises, and water sharks can live in water and on the land. They are called amphibians. They also spend a part of their life in water and on the land. Like, see these three examples: frog, water shark, as well as salamander. Now, body structure of amphibians. Amphibians vary in their sizes and shapes. They all have features like of a fish, like gills and fins. Amphibians are cold-blooded animal. They have thin, soft and moist skin. The moist skin is usually used for breathing, right? Because these amphibians, they breathe. It is believed that they breathe through their skin. Frogs have adaptation to breathe both on land and in water. On land, it uses its lungs to breathe, and in water, it breathes through its moist skin. So, frog is especially gifted with double respiratory organs. In water, it breathes थ्रू दिस. पानी में जब वो होता है तो वो स्किन के द्वारा सांस लेता है, और जब वो लैंड पे होता है वो जब लैंड पे होता है तब वो lungs से, right? Next is amphibians. Like frogs and toads have webbed feet, short forelimbs, and long hind limbs. Hind limbs help in swimming and for leaping on the ground. Most of the amphibians breathe by taking air into their lungs, but they breathe in air through the skin, mouth, and throat. Some amphibians that live only in water have gills throughout their life, right? जो पानी में ही हमेशा रह जाते हैं एम्फीबियंस, उनके गिल्स ही रह जाती है। ठीक है। सम एम्फीबियंस लाइक salamanders and sirens have long tail and four legs. Their forelimbs are shorter than their hind limbs. Some amphibians like cicalians have no legs. Amphibians having four legs crawl on their ground, that have no legs either swim or creep on the ground. मतलब जो amphibians जिनके चार पैर होते हैं वो क्रॉल कर सकते हैं ज़मीन पर लाइक एलिगेटर्स, राइट। बाकी जिनके नहीं हैं वो क्रीप कर सकते हैं या फिर ज़मीन पर ही वो स्विम कर सकते हैं या क्रीप कर सकते हैं ऑन द ग्राउंड, राइट। The tree toad had a sticky spots on its finger which helps it to climb and move over smooth slippery surface. A turtle swims with a paddle-like limbs while a water crab uses its legs to swim in water. Feeding habits of amphibians. Amphibians mostly eat other animals, insects, termites and spiders. That means they are somewhat carnivorous, right? Frogs feed mostly on insects like birds, like flies and beetles, and also on the worms. A frog uses its sticky tongue to capture its prey. The tongue is fixed in front and free behind, right? हम लोग सभी ने देखा है मेढक कैसे अपनी जीभ की मदद से इंसेक्ट्स को कैप्चर करता है. एंड ऑक्टोपस यूजेस इट्स 8 arms to move in water as well as to catch its prey. A water crab uses its front leg with sharp teeth to catch its prey. Right, children? Now, we come to the life cycle of frog. Right? Today we will be dealing only with amphibians. Right? Most amphibians lay eggs in water in moist places. Their eggs are surrounded by a jelly-like structure. Tadpoles hatch from the eggs. They look like small fish. Tadpoles live and swim in water. मतलब ये जो एम्फीबियंस होते हैं बच्चों, ये अंडे देते हैं. और ये अंडे कहाँ पे देंगे? पानी में या गीली जगह पे जहाँ पे पानी हो. और इनके एग्स जो होते हैं इनके चारों तरफ एक जेली लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है जिससे ये प्रोटेक्ट रहते हैं, राइट. और उन्हीं एग्स से टैडपोल्स बाहर आते हैं. टैडपोल इनिशियली फिश की तरह होते हैं और ये पानी में ही तैरते रहते हैं, राइट. सी चिल्ड्रन, यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस दिस, राइट. You need to practice this diagram given here, right? Please learn this. These are the stages of frog, life cycle of frog, right? You should know this. Now, they have gills and get oxygen from water. Slowly the tadpoles changes, gills disappear and lungs are formed inside their bodies. Legs forms and fins disappear, right? Amphibians are cold-blooded animal. Their body temperature rises and falls with their surroundings. ड्यूरिंग विंटर एम्फीबियंस टेक लॉन्ग स्लीप. या एम्फीबियंस जो होते हैं ये ठंड गोल्ड ब्लडेड होते हैं. देर आर टू काइंड ऑफ एनिमल्स, वार्म ब्लडेड एंड कोल्ड ब्लडेड. देयर बॉडी टेम्परेचर राइजेज एंड फॉल्स. जैसे जैसे अड़ोस पड़ोस में गर्मी बढ़ती है, ठंडक होती है, तो इनके बॉडी टेम्परेचर चेंज करता है और ये अपने आप को मड में बरी कर लेते हैं, छुपा लेते हैं. दिस पीरियड इज कॉल्ड हाइबरनेशन. इस पीरियड को हाइबरनेशन कहते हैं, जब वो अपने आप को छुपा लेते हैं कहीं पे, राइट. During this period they use less energy and need less food during, right. इस समय इनको एनर्जी और फूड वगैरह की बहुत कम ज़रूरत होती है और इस समय के लिए ये फूड छुपा के अपने यहाँ पास रख लेते हैं. एंड ड्यूरिंग विंटर्स एम्फीबियंस टेक लॉन्ग स्लीप. ये बहुत लंबे समय तक सो जाते हैं. नाउ सो टुडे आई टुक यू टू द वंडरफुल वर्ड ऑफ एम्फीबियंस विच आर बेसिकली द एनिमल्स who can live in water as well as on land. और हम लोगों ने देखा अबाउट some amphibians we saw, right, like frog. We studied about its life cycle. Then octopus. Then we also studied about siren, Sicilians, right. All these amphibians we studied today, right. We also studied, see, these three. Shark also. Then we studied their body structures, right. You need to learn this, especially you need to practice this diagram here of the life cycle of frog, right? On that note, we stop here. When we'll be coming in the next time when we will be meeting, I will be discussing you about birds, right? So hope you enjoyed this patient learning. Till the next session,